All right, welcome to the latest edition, happy edition of the FPL America podcast. This is David Smith.
Travis Hoyt.
Brian Shesko.
Gentlemen, I would love to go on about the awesome date I just had with my wife at a nice restaurant here in town called Trust.
Sick.
Had a hanger steak with chimichurri. I'm not going to talk any more about that.
That's good.
It was excellent. Before we start, and I shouldn't even do this because we have so much to talk about. I have to say this. Last Friday, I played golf after we had recorded last week.
It's always golf.
With some buddies. And
girls basketball.
I was playing in my group with one of the best golfers that I've ever personally known and witnessed, a gentleman named Parker. Parker played university golf, was the number one golfer on the team, played a lot of golf with him. We're at the 15th hole, par 3, 209 yards. And I am last out of my group. I'm kind of halfway walking up. He's already addressed the ball, lined up over it, and said Ivy Hill. And he when he gets up there, he's quick. He sets up quick, and his backswing is vicious. And he strikes the ball, and right when he hits it, he goes, lost it. And I had a way different angle. I was at the side. I'm like, I got it. And I said, it's looking pretty good, starting to fade in. And it lands and bounces and rolls and disappears. And he looks at me and goes, Grapes, did that go in? I'm like, I think it went in, and I was closest to the cart, so I ran and hopped in the cart. So I back up, and I'm driving over, because sometimes, for anyone who's played enough golf, sometimes you think on a par 3 or whatnot, or on another shot, you think it's close, and or you can or cannot see it. It might be behind the pin, and it's 4 feet behind it. It's not as close as you think. Mm-hmm. Usually that's the case. So as I'm backing out, and on this hole, I have to drive about 50 feet up, and then the cart path cuts across the not the green, but the par 3 fairway, and then it comes down the left side. So I make the first turn, and I realize I have a very good shot of the green now. It's in. So I start like raising my hands up and down. It's in. And so then I have another little sharp turn, because I was going horizontal across the
I hope he drove into a lake or something.
I make a right hand turn, and then so now I'm going straight towards the green, and it's flat there. It's on a asphalt cart path, grass on both sides, and I realize, oh my gosh, where's my phone? So I'm like looking around for my phone. I find it. When I do that, I'm drifting off to the left a little bit. So I reach back up and just kind of give a quick little one of these, and all of a sudden, I feel the golf cart start going up on 2 wheels. Now, I'm not going fast. It's not like I'm going down a hill and I slide, and all of a sudden, you've seen probably videos of golf carts tumbling. So I'm not going that fast at all, but I hit this little overcorrection, and I think even hit the brake. And my first thought is step out, and I tried to like grab the side of the cart as it's like going to the left. And as I did, I step out of the cart and I stand up, but I was never able to grab the edge of the roof of the cart.
The cart falls.
The cart rotates around me, never touching me. My body stayed on the inside space of the golf cart. And all of a sudden, I'm looking around, and I am now standing in the middle of the golf cart as it's on its side. It never touched my leg, never touched an arm, never touched my head. It never touched
What a celebration. It's like a knee slide.
It's like a Buster Keaton movie.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And
the building falls.
So there's
in
like
the window
cups
opening.
in the cup holders, golf clubs strapped in the back, all the different things. The only thing that fell out was 3 cans up in the cubby. So I lift the golf cart back up. Like, I step out and I lift it back up real quick. I look over. Parker's now running down the fairway. And he's like, what just happened? You know, but we're still in the middle of like celebrating the hole in one, right? Like, it never happens. And so I grab the cans, throw them back in the cubby, and I start driving. And then I'm looking for my phone again, And I realized phone's not there, so I stopped. I look back. It fell out. It was the only other thing other than the 3 empty cans that fell out. Parker got my phone and then started recording on my phone as he's running up because he left his phone back in the cart, which is back by the tee box. So not only on this hole did we experience a 209-yard 5-iron hole-in-one, but then also somehow I put a cart on its side with virtually no damage, and it never touched me. The whole thing was ridiculous. So
That is
A
wild.
perfect metaphor for your game week 1
I was just going to
of
say,
Fantasy Premier
yes,
League.
perfect.
now
is
that you have successfully alienated all of our listeners who don't give a about golf.
There's a lot of people that love golf,
Yeah,
Everybody
but
loves golf.
I don't
think.
know what the Venn diagram looks like for
sure.
FPL and
For sure.
golf.
All right.
But
Let's dive right into it. We got a full slate. Travis, throw the schedule
let's
up
put
there.
some stuff
Can
on there.
do you want me to add one? Do you want me to add
Do you have a
something
bit of
unrelated?
Please.
Yes.
Please do.
The hardest thing in fantasy sports is picking a relief pitcher in fantasy baseball.
Oh, okay.
That is
This
easily,
is not a baseball podcast.
It's
but
not a fantasy baseball. It doesn't have anything to do with it. I just want
Just
to
who's going to come in?
picking a reliever.
picking who is going to be the relief pitcher, especially if you're just picking a closer, is almost impossible.
Really?
I'm learning that as I.
Some teams don't
As
most
I
teams
get
have
it.
dedicated closers?
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of teams have a guy that's like the majority closer,
Okay.
the first choice closer.
Okay.
But everyone rotates, and also teams that you expect to win don't win, and sometimes the guy that you think he hasn't pitched in 3 days or whatever. I just wanted to add that. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with golf and has nothing to do with Fantasy Premier League.
I love that.
I just thought I'd add something else pointless.
Brian's dove into fantasy
like it.
baseball this year.
What we want to talk about is game week 1 of the Fantasy Premier League.
Season is on.
Season is on. Lots of things happened. I don't know how you guys feel about your week, but lots of people feel lots of different ways about their weeks.
Yeah, I feel
And-
fine.
And we should
I
talk
survived
about what happened.
I didn't watch really any games hardly at all.
Oh, I watched a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
I was in Northern Virginia at a
You were at
Tournament.
a tournament.
Okay.
our boys won a tournament.
Oh,
Their very
well,
first tournament.
congratulations.
Wow, great.
That's
It
awesome.
was pretty incredible.
That is incredible.
And I yelled really loud
Were
at a lot of
you
them.
were you coaching?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It was
You were getting guys in
great.
positions,
It was
weren't
fun.
you? You were
It was
trying to
good.
fill holes.
It was really good. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
funny.
Did you wear a
So-
tracksuit or
No,
a
what's-
real suit?
But no, I
Great
wore
question, Brian.
I wore neither.
Oh.
Totally naked.
Oh.
No, normal t-shirt and shorts. But you know what I did acquire, kind of on accident. I got the Bobby Bowden hat.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Okay.
I'm a bald man, obviously.
Yeah.
Sunscreen sucks. I freaking hate sunscreen.
I don't wear sunscreen.
Reapply. Otherwise, it's just a mess. Like
Yeah.
I get.
Right.
It
Did
just
you have
hurts.
the hat mark
Not
in the back of
great,
your head?
Not awesome. I didn't never wear like baseball hats.
Oh,
So
you have
you
a
know what? I was like, you know what? I'm going straw hat. So I wore a straw rancher hat all through the whole tournament. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
Strong
looked like a
move.
complete fool,
no way,
but we won.
no way.
So it was like a power play.
You're gonna be known as the Scarecrow Coach. Let's
Could
go.
be.
I love it.
Could be.
It's your signature now.
It's a good luck charm. Just saying. Anyways.
Hey, that's a big
all that
deal.
to say.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
seriously. That's
It's
a big
not
deal.
like, winning a close game, in middle school girls basketball, but
I don't care
U11
what tournament
in
you go
Loudoun
to,
County,
at
Virginia,
what age, and
which
that's
is
good. That's good. That's good
huge
soccer
market.
up there. Yes, it is.
huge market. It was fun.
Well done. Well done to you. Excellent.
Well, it was my son mostly. He did score in the final too, which is good.
Nice.
So, anyways,
That's fantastic.
I
it was
love
good.
it. Love it.
So my
But
game week
also
one
a
was
metaphor
real
for
fun,
your game week 1.
which was fine.
Yeah.
I got to look at
What
the
was your
points.
score?
67, something like
Anything
that.
in the 60s is good.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
turn in a measly 55 on a bench boost.
That's
Not, it's not what you want.
It's the exact average, and no, that's not what you
No,
want.
it's not what you want. Sunderland, I mean, I bet on West Ham, and I got screwed. It's like betting on the Bengals in football. This is not an NFL podcast. This is like
This is a golf podcast.
this is like having a when I played American fantasy football, I had a couple rules. One of them was never own a Bengal and never own a Raider.
Okay. Now that's a changing. That
an
rule has
interesting one.
changed.
I know.
Yeah.
So
kind of
there,
have to.
there was a few guys who end up being exceptions to that. Josh Jacobs for the Raiders for a little while was an exception to that, along with a few Bengals receivers.
Yeah.
Right, Bengals receivers. That's about it. And
Anyways.
now they're two of the most exciting young teams in football.
We'll see. We'll see. That's what everyone thinks at the beginning of the season. Anyways, we're not here to talk
You know
about
what?
NFL
A lot of people think a lot
baseball.
of things at the beginning of FPL season.
That's true.
It's
Thank you, Travis,
everybody
for bringing that
sucks, and
around.
by that we mean only you.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And other pundits.
Yeah, there
The
are
pundit
two,
class.
Do you classify yourself as a pundit?
Uh,
I'm curious about
Did
this.
my rant last week
'Cause I know you
change your
don't.
mind? No, not at all.
No, Brian
I
doesn't.
don't.
He doesn't. I think.
But I feel like you do.
I think we are on some level.
I think you. Yeah. I think you
we
do.
are on some level with the amount of information that typically we have at our disposal. We should be in the category. We don't have to be good pundits, but
You
we
can be. You can be a
pundits.
pundit. I'll just be a passenger, and
Brian-
you can be a stat man.
Brian's a pundit.
We're
he just
in
doesn't
the
like the word.
we're in
he doesn't
the
want the responsibility.
we're in the Kendrick
Pundit. I
Perkins
hardly
class
knew her.
of FPL pundits.
There you go. See, yeah, perfect. All right.
we're the Kendrick Perkins of Colin Cowherds for FPL punditry.
I feel like we're a little bit
good
higher
one.
than
I
Kendrick
like
Perkins.
that. I like that actually.
I mean, I would love to be in the category of Matt Barnes and in the that
Jeff Teague.
No,
Oh, you want to go?
I only knew the one.
Matt Barnes, and they have a great podcast.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the name of that podcast.
lots of players. Lots of players have good.
Yes. Anyways,
So when we say everybody sucks, it's for sure. Ben Crellin, I think, probably is the biggest one. I mean, he's pretty. I think he shared that it's his worst game week
Start.
one rank
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And so if you're in bad company with
There's a
someone
lot
like
other
Ben Crellin,
people-
you're.
yeah.
But also the stat that was floating out there, somebody shared it. I wish I could credit it, but basically the gap between like 4 million and 100,000 is 20 points or something like that. It's it's just 1 week, so who cares about your?
It's 1 week.
I
We should
believe-
really get
and
excited
we talked
about it.
about this last week.
I believe-
if you have a meager week one, chances are it comes back around week two.
Real pundit Pras from
Yeah.
FPL
Yeah.
Wire talked about how he's not sharing his rank until around game week 15 because that's the week
Okay.
where game week 15 is where things have shaken out. The people who are really into whatever is going on have probably figured some things out or whatever. So whatever, game week 1 is over, and you
Guys
you
like me have
don't
given up by week 15 for sure.
you don't feel great.
It's fine.
I was
I'm not worried.
Right,
I'm not worried.
exactly. I think that was it.
I like the bones that I have.
And that is the biggest thing that we need to talk about in terms of what your team structure looks like and what your moves might be is really how do you feel?
Yeah.
How much
that's
do you
something
feel like
I've
you
always
suck?
known about you. You really like a bone. So.
Yeah. No,
He has said that.
if you
most.
have good bones, then you're fine.
Yeah.
You might have to put some paint on, tile a floor. If you got some bones, you're fine.
I'm pointing over here at this screen because the next thing after everybody sucks is to just one of the first things that we need to talk about, and the thing that I care the most about is stats. And gave a little bit of time to defensive contributions
Last week?
to
Yes,
talk
we
about
did.
last week, and we can start there.
There's a lot more than I thought there was going to be.
There are other stats that are important this week, but if we want to get to that one and just clear it out right away, I do want to give one note directly from the FPL rulebook, or at least the help section of their rules questions. Some statistics used in the DEFCON scoring are reviewed and updated after the end of matches, so players may either gain or lose defensive contribution points up until the last day of the game week until it has been marked final. So you very well may, and it's similar to bonus points because you
Okay.
can get those late changes the day after or whatever, that the bonus points can change and stuff like that. I think Robert Sanchez was one who gained a bonus point this week, and that was kind of a late change to things. But either way, just a note from FPL rules that defensive contribution points can change the same way that bonus points do. So if you're wondering why your player might have gone from 2 to 0 in any week going forward, that is exactly why. So don't be surprised to get boned.
Yeah.
To drag bones back into this,
sure.
just for your sake.
Yeah, no, I hate getting boned.
After one game, do you care more now? Did it do anything for you? Let me tell you this, Dave and Travis. 25 total players hit their defensive contribution threshold. That is a handful of midfielders and a bunch of defenders you probably don't care about. Virgil van Dijk crushing the DEFCON stats this week with 21.
Wow.
He hit 21.
How did Marcus Senesi do? Did him
Senesi,
slapping the ball count as a defensive contribution?
That did. It really stopped.
Probably two
contributions.
contributions.
Honestly, of Liverpool needing Gravenberch in the lineup, because if Virgil's making 21 defensive contributions, Bournemouth was peppering them.
Senesi actually did.
They were stronger. Yes,
Stats say otherwise.
Senesi did hit the DEFCON threshold.
0.2 xG says otherwise.
15. He got 15 defensive contributions. That's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Matty Cash, Fabian Schär, Dan Byrne.
Matty Cash played out of his mind, actually.
Daniel Ballard, your top point scorer for the week, hit the threshold. That
he
only
also scored.
added to his record-breaking week. Better than Salah, a lot of people are saying. Josh Cullen from Burnley, actually he's a midfielder. He feels like he should be. Every Burnley player like him feels like they should be a defender.
Yeah, I agree.
Ryan Aitnori.
I agree completely.
Aitnori got it.
Wow.
Lacroix and Mitchell. Ola Aina, the bane of my existence, got to the threshold. I know, really the best Nottingham Forest. We've been saying that every day for the last 2 years. Sepp Vandenberg from Brentford, Lenny Yoro, and Matthias de Ligt.
Really?
It only ever reminds me
because it didn't feel like Arsenal was putting that much pressure on them.
Yoro and de Ligt both each they got to the threshold. Saliba. The only Arsenal defender who did, and James Tarkowski did exactly what you expect. DEFCON monster. He got to 15.
15, okay.
Your midfielders, Josh Cullen, Marcus Tavernier and Tyler Adams, Amadou Onana, Mats Wiefer from Brighton, Andre from Wolves.
Okay.
And remember, midfielders have to get to 12.
Right, correct. Their threshold
So they
is
got
higher.
to 12. Caicedo got to 12. Odegaard and Zubamendi, Arsenal midfielders, got to the threshold.
No joke. Odegaard got there?
14 DEFCON.
How did Declan Rice do?
And Anton Stach from Leeds got to...
Didn't make the threshold. I can't believe Odegaard made the threshold.
He crushed it, man. I guess...
That actually
It just shows you that United were peppering them.
What
they were.
The thing that I feel like says the most about this, though, is that the only players who got points that you would care about, though, are Matty Cash, the Newcastle defenders, Ballard, Aitnori,
Virgil,
Lacroix and Mitchell, and Anton Stach from Leeds.
Stock.
Can you say that any more interestingly?
Stash. He says it multiple ways and just basically says however you want to say it, but it's more like Stach.
Yes, that's a mini how to say right there.
That's about the most we've gotten out of him in years.
But
what
is
He's got a lot of micro.
What is
stuff
common
to
to the guys who scored the points that you care about? They got a contribution either that was from a clean sheet or got an attacking return. So Matty Cash goes for 8 points this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 0 bonus points, by the way, in a clean sheet performance,
which is interesting also.
Schär and Byrne, 8 points for Schär, 9 points for Dan Byrne. Byrne got 1 bonus. So
boring game, Newcastle Villa. Boring.
Daniel Ballard, Josh Ballard?
Daniel.
Ross Ballard. No, it's Daniel Ballard. Daniel Ballard scores a goal, got a clean sheet, gets all 3 bonus points. Of course, he's going to go for 17 points this week.
Unbelievable.
8 Nori, clean sheet, got 1 bonus. The Palace guys, Lacroix 8 points,
And
Mitchell 9 points. Mitchell got 1 bonus. That's it. And Stock from Leeds gets an assist and the clean sheet bonus and finishes on 8.
Now that we got those stats,
Right.
what is our takeaway from it?
Do you care if you had Virgil van Dijk and you see, he crushed DEFCON 21, and then you're like, he must have had more than 3 points. And he had 3 points.
3 points is better than 1.
3 is better than 1, and 3 is better than 2.
Correct. Factually correct.
And that's the end of what it's better than, unless you go under
0,
unless you go under 1.
Right. Well said. All right.
That's how we've covered it.
All right. So are you framing this in such a way, saying if anyone is targeting DEFCON, what are you doing? Is that the frame?
I think that's
framework.
but that's kind of where we were going. That's kind of where you were going in our preseason pod,
and that
right?
is,
right.
I
think now we have at least 1 week of stats to back that up.
1 week of data says DEFCON is kind of what was argued going into the season from some folks, which is it's a nice bonus if you get it. It's better than getting nothing.
But don't plan on it.
But you still want real points.
Yeah.
So this is exactly why, you look through the Chelsea might have lucked into their clean sheet. Who cares? Guess who got 3 bonus points? Cucurella.
Yes.
So guess what's better than 2 DEFCON points and losing a game 3-1?
Right.
A 9.
Yeah.
From Cucurella.
Yeah. Oh, I was loving Cucurella's 9.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
My defense was awesome this week.
So you still prefer real points, and I think this was the poster boy for the DEFCON numbers going into the season was Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest, who did get an assist, did not get to the DEFCON threshold, finishes with a 6, and the exact player that Andy Martin used as an example, or that FPL Mate used as an example, Jorginho Ruder from Brighton, also gets an assist on their penalty goal, and Elliot Anderson and Ruder both finished with a 6 this week.
Did you have both of them?
I did not. I didn't.
You had Ruder.
I had Ruder. I did not have Elliot Anderson. But I guess then so in that situation you're like, well, it's encouraging that Elliot Anderson got you a return, where you were hoping that kind of like the most you were hoping for is that maybe he gets me a 4 or a 5 this week, and he actually gets an attacking return, and still finishes with the exact same number that he would have gotten in a kind of an appearance and a clean sheet performance.
Right.
So I think, you like it that Caicedo goes for a 5, but that's the end of it.
Right. Okay.
So I think that number of stats is just whatever. You're not buying Marcus Tavernier because he hit a 20 on the DEFCON threshold.
No.
Diminishing returns, obviously, once they hit the threshold for points, and you're still looking for value in other contributions. Good. I like it. What other stats did you want to talk about?
So in real life stats, that's the other thing. Like now that it's just 1 week, you got a few people who I think are like, you're happy to see some positive performance. Anthony Gordon leads all players this week with 7 shots. That might, of course, that's a little bit of a consequence of playing against 10 men, but whatever. And
not having a recognized striker really in the team.
He was it.
He's playing. He's playing that spot.
Well, I'm saying in the team, like there's no one on the bench. He has to play it. Right. There's nobody else.
Is it Osula? Is that the other guy that's in there
do have
as
him.
a striker?
Yep, and he was playing in the preseason. He scored a few goals in the preseason. So I don't know. Newcastle might do some tweaking this week, or maybe Isak shows up. Who knows?
Or Vissa.
Well, now that it's a war of,
it is a war of words. He said, she said.
It's fantastic. You got to take it to Instagram. That's the first place you got to go with your gripes. Eze and Holland, 6 shots each. Dave, congratulations on winning the Eze battle.
Allegedly.
Talk about that.
We will get to that.
Talk to that.
Kit Picker, it didn't happen.
6 shots for those guys each. Mbumo and Richarlison 5 shots.
What a
each.
goal.
Yeah, right.
That's your third.
I didn't even think he was going to get in the team.
What a goal.
And then I don't think 4 shots in a game week is really anything. That's fine, whatever. Those are your leaders. Your shots on target leaders this week, Matheus Cunha.
Okay, not a surprise.
Looked fantastic.
Man, is his ankle okay?
I'm sure it's fine. I didn't see anything about it.
He's being ridiculous.
Richarlison
The ankle
and
that was maybe
Cunha
touched.
leading the way with 3 shots on target each. That's probably fine. Who cares? Shots in the box, Haaland 6, Richarlison 5. Bumo, Anthony Gordon, Jurgen Strand-Larsen, and Daniel Ballard. Your third place shots in the box, 4 each for those guys.
Ballard got it.
Just that, yeah, I mean, you counting on that weekend?
That's what I was just getting ready to ask. Is that a buy?
You want that all the time?
No.
Yeah, people have raised his price. They bought him so much.
So
he took a total. I'm almost sure that he took a total. I think he had a total of 14 shots. He played
Ballard
in the championship last season in the appearances that he had total.
Not even like 14 shots total.
He didn't
in the
take
game.
14 shots in the game, or else I would have said that.
I watched
in the other
that game and I'm like, bro, I did not see 14
He didn't
shots.
shoot that much. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think he had 14 total
All
shots,
season.
6 on target all season. He had whatever. He had a
3
limited
shots
number
on
of
target in
appearances
this
in the
game.
championship. Yeah, and he puts 4 shots on target in the game, or 4 shots in the box in the game. Big chances. Haaland had 3. Semenyo, Ekitike, 2 each.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone else had either 1 or 0.
Yeah.
And you don't care about that.
Nope.
Haaland leads the way this week for XG. Haaland on a 1.4. Semenyo 0.92. Ekitike 0.91. Dave, your guy, Calafiori, 0.90. I mean, obviously, it was it should be a 0.99 considering where he was standing and how he headed the ball in.
Facts.
But whatever.
Yeah.
I want to talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
Richarlison 0.82 and Anthony Gordon, despite getting nothing and shooting a million times, gets an XG of 0.64. Salah and Harv, my favorite non-Spur, non-Crystal Palace player, Harvey Barnes, 9 touches in the opposition box, leading all players this game week. And Harv and Salah had kind of an equally disappointing kind of game. Except that Harv did not get a goal in the 4th minute of stoppage time.
Harv didn't look great.
Tell him about it.
Salah didn't either, though.
Send him a letter.
Salah didn't look good either. Salah benefits from, hey, credit to him. I mean, we said it last week. I noticed it last season. He said Salah could do nothing all game. And then in the 80 minutes and on is when he's going to find a goal. And he did. Credit to him. He's one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League. And sure enough, the game was, for the most part, killed off. And he killed it off. And he was in open space. He found some open space on the side of the pitch he doesn't even normally play. And ball bounced over to him. He took a couple dribbles and smoked one. And he's one of the greatest players in the Premier League for a reason. And he did it. So
and that was
but
what
as a non-Salah owner, I'm watching it and I'm like, you're freaking kidding me. Like, come on. Like, that's such a bailout for Salah owners and captainers.
I felt that.
And captainers. Like, Liverpool was already going to win that game, right?
Yes.
After Chiesa put it in, honestly, it was a fantastic game.
It was a great strike, too.
Chiesa, great strike, ball bounced to him perfectly. He crushed it into the back of the net, subbed on, and then Salah put it away. But Salah just did not. I don't know. I'm watching it and I'm like, it just felt like a complete bailout. Now watch him go out this. He's
inevitable in week 1, though, right? Like, I mean that
I know, and that was the other
records.
mantra that I'm like, I went against like. That's not going to keep going. And I was so right.
And at some point, maybe
for the entire game until like the last kick of the game. Yeah. And then I wasn't right. And that's just that's football. I mean,
and your
soccer.
brother let you hear of it, I'm sure.
You weren't right. You just weren't wrong yet.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
To unquote one of our former host of the show. Marcus Tavernier and Nicholas Fulkrug, 8 touches in the opposition box each, and all I can put on the full Krug when I say his name is just the implied frowny face on the performance of West Ham.
No kidding.
Krug. Palmer, Hakpo, Holland, Gordon, Richarlison, 7 touches in the opposition box each to round out the players who I feel like you care about hearing their box touches. Your top chance creators for the game week, Josh Collin of Burnley, tied with Bruno Fernandes and Kudus. 5 chances created each. And Bernardo Silva, Harvey Barnes, and Anton Stock. 4 chances created
I love that
each.
stuff.
By the way, Harv did not start that game. He subbed on. I'm almost positive he subbed on.
How are you saying he looked terrible if he subbed on and he had the most touches in the opposition box and created 4 chances, second most of the game week of all
I
players?
challenge you to go back and look at, there's people out there that record every touch of a player in a game. They just weren't
Go
good.
find him.
They just weren't good.
I don't re-listen to this podcast. I'm not going to go
They
back
just-
and rewatch Aston
they
Villa
just
and Newcastle
weren't
highlights.
good.
Zeros.
Bernardo Silva.
Every time he touched the ball,
No.
he kept looking up in the sky like, what's wrong with him?
Bernardo Silva, the only player in the game week to create 2 big chances. No one else obviously had more than 1 or 0.
Bernardo Silva
Also, just
captained City and it felt like the only veteran for them on the field.
Bernardo Silva, probably the unluckiest player to end the week with no return.
Probably.
Given
Barnes
his
did start that game. He came off in the 90th minute.
There you go.
He was
played all of 90
non-existent.
minutes.
I didn't
So
even
that's
know he was
those
there.
are the stats. I think that's kind of the. I don't know, man. I mean, there's the numbers, the total fantasy points is the thing. The performances or whatever. I think there's some takeaway, I guess, for Anthony Gordon. In the event that once they get this Isak thing sorted out, Newcastle. We said it before. My feeling going into the season with Newcastle was hard avoid. Like a pretty firm no on all their players, thinking like it could be a mess. And then kind of like going into the deadline, I was like, I don't know that I'm that as scared of them because Eddie Howe is still a good manager. They didn't lose, like they lost their trusted scorer. They didn't lose anything else.
Right.
It's still the exact same thing. Well, I mean,
They added Alonga.
Yeah, Lenga's going to help them.
right? But I mean, even that, like, that's a nice addition, but it's not it's not like a game changing, like
It's not like an Eze
a
addition.
league break, right? It's not like adding Eze to to a really really excellent second place quality team. But the issue is none of these things. There's a very few of these things I think you look at and you're like, oh man. That guy that's unlucky. We got to go grab that guy.
All right.
It's all the other
All right.
performances that really, the point totals are what's swaying people here.
Especially because it's always about me.
Which leads us to, I think, the thing that people care about the most, which is you got a headache because you got to think about your transfers.
I think
A
what people
little-
care about the most is how do you say Vicario's first name?
I've never tried.
Antonine. Guglielmo.
Googly Elmo is what it looks like. Googly Elmo. Love it.
Also, for those of us,
Elmo.
Travis, who went without Salah and had Gakpo, and
Same.
Gakpo got his goal, and then it looks like made the right decision, and
Then
I still
Salah
don't.
scores.
I still don't think.
I still
we
think
made a wrong
it's the right decision
I
because
still think it is
he's
too.
half the price, right?
Correct.
I just
And again, the whole reason why you went with Gakpo, like at least I did, and like you did, Brian, you did not. You went with Salah.
I caved. I made the swap
and
at
it
the
was
end.
fine.
It ended up being
It was fine, but
You had to compromise elsewhere, but it was fine.
my whole point being was Salah has to massively, doubly outscore Gakpo for it to be worth it.
Yeah,
And
it's
not
the
going to
same
happen
conversation we were
this season.
having at the beginning of last season with Diaz.
What I would have done if I had done the thing that I thought I was going to do, which is
Big at the back?
have Gakpo and either go big at the back or fill in better forwards, was Gakpo in Captain Palmer. So
which I did.
Which I think.
Which I did, and I got
so
a 3.
In the end, it's a captain. It's 16 versus what would have been a 6.
Captain Gakpo.
So basically,
Did
it's
you?
Yeah.
Smart move.
so it's a -10,
That's the
but
difference in
also
our match
gaining Gakpo's points. It might have evened out.
Yeah,
I
but-
suppose. I don't know.
Gakpo got a
might.
7.
The thing is, I might feel better had I done that going into this game week, because I feel like I would have some other players that I care about more in
Yeah.
other positions. But let me go through the names. Let's just go transfers in. We can nail down the goalkeepers real quick. Do you care about people that, Dave, your guy, Raya, Sanchez number 2, Dubravka number 3? Those 3 are your top 3 transfers in for goalkeepers.
So
are you doing anything about that without a wild card?
Not without a wild
Right,
card.
of course not.
I will consider. I don't know. It'll depend on other Arsenal assets, whether or not to bring Raya in on a wild card. But I didn't think they'd get through this match week with a clean sheet. They were able to scrape by the hair of their chinny chin chin with a clean sheet this week.
You were. I'm sure you were nervous as you were watching Dorgu's shot go blasting
off the
straight
post.
through
What a great
everybody.
shot. What a great shot by Dorgu.
All the Manchester United
I was
people
nervous
who went
the
with
entire
him.
time because Cunha and Bumo
Cunha looked awesome.
Cunha looked
He really
great,
did.
man.
Yeah.
Cunha and Bumo looked really good.
Absolutely. I think by the end of the season,
They're going to be good.
no, United will definitely, I think,
They're gonna be good.
on, assuming the health.
They should have won that match.
Absolutely. I don't think you'll find an Arsenal fan that will say Arsenal deserved to win that game.
I don't think you'll find
There's some pretty
anyone other than an
delusional
Arsenal fan that'll say that wasn't a penalty.
It definitely was not a penalty.
You're-
Anyways, so there's multiple things we can talk about Arsenal and or Liverpool, but we're not ready to do that
We'll
yet.
get there.
I don't think it matters.
Goalkeeper transfers out. Are you okay with this? Allison is the number 1 most transferred out goalkeeper.
Oh, I don't know why anybody would own him in the first place.
I would
That's a
agree
great
with
question.
that at the moment. Until they get the back sorted.
Why would you expect that they would have been ready to do anything?
I agree. No,
From,
I'm with
from
you.
last season's form, and I mean, he wasn't in preseason for half a preseason because his wife was getting surgery. The guy is there's no.
Matt
There's so many better
Sells,
options.
people have seen enough. Matt Sells concedes a late, dodgy penalty against Brentford, and they're ready to bail on Sells
That's
as their
dumb.
goalkeeper. I'm
I
not
think
sure
that's.
what.
I think that I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that if I had started with Sells. That's
Agreed.
who I was leaning toward before I ended up going with Sanchez, so I kind of dodged that bullet too, at least for week 1. And then Kelleher, your 3rd most transferred out for goalkeepers. That makes
Brentford
sense.
just
to me.
looks a mess.
I also don't understand why.
Brentford might get relegated.
Brentford looks a mess.
I don't understand why you're transferring your goalkeeper out.
I'm not wasting.
Did your
Why
other
waste
goalkeeper?
it?
Did your
Yeah.
other goalkeeper get kicked out of the league?
Right.
I mean, he's the 4.0 nobody because you didn't pick
Although
Dubravka.
I say that, I'm gonna have to play Vicario at the moment against City this week.
Your
Don't love that.
Google-
Isn't it Tottenham and City this week?
Guglielmo
Yeah,
is going
it
to be
is.
fine.
defenders top transfers in, and this is where you guys can start going crazy. Daniel Ballard, your number 1 most transferred in, already up a 10th. My guess
I
is,
will say this: Sunderland looked unbelievable.
yeah, they were good.
So weird.
Sunderland looked unbelievable.
Surely you saw that FPL shared that 3 managers triple captained Daniel Ballard
Unbelievable.
in game week 1.
Those are time travelers.
No,
That's what they
they're-
said. I might say if you had that as a decision and you had not only the guts to do it, but whatever the tactical analysis that might be required for you to realize Daniel Ballard could have a good game against West Ham, those are the experts.
Wow.
Find their podcast.
Wow.
Turn this off and see if they have a podcast.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Holy
Agreed.
cow.
I gotta
Wow.
go, guys. Sorry.
That's
Wow.
impossible.
Wow.
Ryan Ait-Nouri, 2nd most transferred in. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Sure.
Not sure that I'd be doing it against Spurs, but I don't know that it matters. He was good, and there's no
I'm just surprised he got on the DEFCON stat. So that's interesting to me. I wouldn't have thought that he would have.
could have been revenge. We didn't take the revenge angle.
Oh yeah, good call. He wanted
Why
to show.
why would he want revenge on his old
Well,
team?
just you want to show out for they're at Wolves, so you want to. He might have taken some flack walking in. He's
Just feel like
probably
everybody wants a revenge angle when it's someone playing their former
Yeah.
team. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't. He probably was really respectful of all of the fans.
probably
I'm
was.
sure they liked
but he
him
wanted
a
to put
lot.
out a good performance.
Sure.
And he probably gave a little extra hustle.
Matt Cash, man, I don't. Whatever. He's third most transferred in. He is 4.5. I do understand that.
That price is nice.
And they're
There's
not.
so many 4-5 guys.
Well,
though.
it's just that there's nobody else. I mean, there are other people that can play that spot, but
Yeah.
whatever. It's not like he has. It's not like Dina and Matson when we have
Right.
two people can rotate in and out. Whatever. Kukurea, surprised he's not. Surprised he's not higher up. He's the fourth most transferred in. Dave, Saliba and Gabriel next to Rico Lewis. People going for Rico Lewis.
That's
Also, a
interesting.
good performance from him.
He's listed as a midfielder, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Because he played this week as a defender. Last year he's a midfielder, unless they changed his position.
The only way you can find
I don't
out
think
is
so.
to go over to this page and search Rico Lewis, and you find that sure enough, there he is, a 5.0 defender.
Wow,
Rico Lewis transferred in 141,000 times so far this game week.
interesting.
And then Dave, what's Anthony Calafiore? What's his first name? I don't know. Ricardo
I think it is Ricardo. Calafiore.
Ricciardo Calafiore. Dave, tell us if this is someone who's nailed down a spot in the starting lineup.
Who else is there?
Miles Skelly.
I will give
I
you
forgot about
that wildly biased pro Arsenal account, the Touchline, the
Wow.
hilarious quote, not even really citing the source of it, but just saying that Arteta said of Calafiore that he has an aura that is very special. He can enter this room and you would notice it.
Wow.
So I don't know that really has anything to
that
do
both
with
sounds
his...
like something an Arsenal fan would say, and also sounds like something Arteta would say.
Nothing about his performance or his abilities, just that he has great aura entering a room. Dave, does this mean more playing time for Calafiore? Is his aura enough to keep him in the starting lineup? Or is the only thing that matters first choice on Arsenal, the only two people that matter for Gabriel and Saliba?
If Calafiore is playing, I think if he's starting, and he started this past match week, if he's healthy, he does things that Miles Skelly cannot do. If you guys remember back to last year when we played at City, Calafiore scored a fantastic goal and eventually got hurt and was out the rest of the season. So if he is healthy, he's a type of guy that can bring things to the pitch that other people can't. And I think as long as he's healthy, I think he'll be starting.
Dave, Calafiore and Lewis Skelly are the same price. They jacked up Lewis Skelly to 5.5 on the Arsenal pedigree. There's Calafiore for the same price.
Did he win Young Player? No, Rogers did.
Rogers did, but he was.
I
think
he was
finished
there.
second
He was
or
close.
something,
Yeah,
but Rogers
he's
is
a good player.
That's just because he did Holland. He mocked Holland with the
He did mock
celebration.
Which
Are you buying? Are you? Were I think Andy Martin started with Lewis Skelly in his team. That's one person as a pundit that I can remember having that as a choice.
right.
You buying Lewis Skelly on the hope
No.
that Lewis Skelly returns to that young player of the year type form, or are you going for Calafiore?
he just doesn't have he can't beat out Calafiore.
Wild carding today. Are you putting Calafiore as one of your defenders?
Probably not.
Okay, just want to throw that out there.
Probably not.
Kukurea maybe. Calafiore.
Kukurea is
no.
staying in my lineup whether I wild card or not. He's still in my lineup.
And now it's your turn, Travis. Defender transfers out. Josko Gvardiol, number one most transferred out. He's just 6.8% selected, but I'm guessing that with nearly 400,000 transfers out, you're probably going to get a price drop before the game week starts.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, Premier Injuries has his return date as game week 3,
Okay.
which is August 31st.
If he's healthy, he's got to be playing, right?
But
I don't know.
I was going to say, if he's knocked, which is what he's listed in there as a knock, and the FPL has it as uncertain return date or unknown. maybe you don't see him until
After
game
the
week 4,
international break.
after that break.
Yeah.
So Nori probably has it locked down on the
I feel like
on the one
Nori
side.
will stay there. I think he'll end up. Carnival will end up playing one of the center back positions.
Well, then he's got to go in for Ruben Diaz, or he's got to kick.
John Stones out.
Well, no, it won't be
Or
Stones.
they could move Stones.
It definitely Stones could
move
play in
Stones up.
holding.
Stones could move up.
Yeah.
Or Rico.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of rotation. It just seems it's just I was
It's an interesting team now. They actually have some players that can contribute.
second most
like
transferred out. Ezri Konza, which is to me this I understand it, but it's hilarious because first of all it's just a 1-game suspension, and 2
It wasn't a 3-game, a straight red.
It was.
1-game suspension.
That's weird.
Look it up. 2.
Interesting.
Did the Villa opening fixtures get worse? The part of the reason why you are buying Villa for the opening bit of the schedule is because their run of fixtures to start the season is good for a while.
Right.
What are you selling him for? He's second most transferred out. He's 4-5.
It's just 1 week.
I genuinely don't understand. And also, by the way, you're getting rid of him. Like you are. Just hang on while I collect my thoughts here. Just that this week at Brentford, you're losing him for that, and then you're getting rid of him for home to Crystal Palace, who will be Eze-less by that point.
Maybe Gahey-less.
Then you're at Everton, at Sunderland, home Fulham. These are all useful fixtures for someone like Ezri Konza. What are you doing?
Yeah, agree.
Whatever.
Although
That's
you
not
did.
even.
You talked me off of Konza last week, and I'm glad you did.
He's still got a 3.
They don't really have a difficult fixture until week 8 against Tottenham. Then they play Tottenham, City, Liverpool, which is not a great run.
And now, Liverpool defenders with Travis.
Oh,
Don't buy any.
I got a kick out of this.
Frimpong, Virgil, Kirkez. All 3 in the top 6 of transfers out for defenders.
Now,
Frimpong is at 257,000 transfers
Because
out.
he was so heavily owned. He was a top owned defender.
He was.
Right.
And
Which
as
didn't
you
make
said,
sense.
You said that. I think we agreed with you. That doesn't make any sense.
He looks quick. He looks useful.
It was the goal.
It does
in
make sense.
He's not going
He
to score.
scored against Crystal Palace.
in the Community Shield.
Right. Of course
everyone
he's
should
going to
own
be the
him.
most owned.
Everyone should own him.
He was awesome in that
the fact
one
that
game.
he came off in the 59th minute
Right.
with
That
a tight
was-
hamstring.
was funny to me. Along with Kirkez, both right and left backs.
You still have
come out.
Kirkez, yes?
I never had Kirkis.
I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
I'm be honest with you. I do not particularly care for Kirkez as a player right now in our system.
Huh.
I think he's been very poor.
You know who's good at isn't the criticism of him is that he goes to ground too easily? I feel like I've seen that
Like sliding too much.
Yes.
I don't know that he goes to ground too easily, but he is definitely like a whisker away from
Being out of
destroying
position
somebody.
constantly.
He is always out of position. And I was saying earlier, it honestly looks like nobody trusts him on the team and will not pass him the ball.
Interesting.
The only person that he ever receives the ball from is Soboslai, and they're buddies. Like nobody, like it's like they're avoiding him. Especially in the defensive and middle thirds. Up in the offensive third, they'll work him in on tight passing moves. But
that's interesting. I didn't
in the
notice
middle
that.
and final and defensive third. He doesn't touch the ball really ever. It is very weird, and like I'm telling you, he's going to hurt someone. Like he is so rash in his
I
challenges.
feel like he's got a red card coming, maybe.
Yeah.
Credit to FPL
Looks like Matty
Mate.
Cash.
FPL Mate cautioned ahead of the season too that no doubt Liverpool will have a brilliant season, but because they are new fullbacks joining a new system, there are bound to be some teething problems.
Which we said last week.
No.
Literally.
We sold Suarez a long time ago.
Frimpong and Kirkez may
what you did
teething. Nice. May take a few more games to adjust to the new system. It was going to leave Liverpool defensively disorganized and vulnerable to teams with creators and runners, something the opening teams Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Arsenal may look to exploit. Great analysis. Again, true punditry on display from FPL Mate. Basically, he's just saying he thinks it won't take long for them to adjust. They could be a top defense as soon as they sort things out.
I would agree with that. I think they're great players. Yeah.
Might end up being a better time to buy them.
Yeah.
Like we said, at least Virgil hit the 2-point DEFCON bonus. But so either way, again, there's one where
Virgil doesn't look off it. I will say that he does not look off it.
He looked better this
significantly
week.
better.
I agree.
Konate looked not great. They need a center back in that's going to challenge.
And having Gravenberg back this week will make things. And McAllister started this game.
McAllister and Soboslai both played really well.
McAllister did. Boatman's fine.
For the role he played, I think he did a great job. So all that to say, I'm not buying Liverpool defense or goalkeeper. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Not yet.
Yeah, there will come a time, but now's not it. If you're trying to get in on the front end, Frimpong had one game at the English level, and
how fit is Connor Bradley?
Not.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Not.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. He'll be fine. They'll get there.
Struggling at the moment.
Defensively, yes,
a little
absolutely.
bit.
They did buy Leone from Parma. He's a big boy.
Is he a project or is he like
I think he's in the first team, and honestly, he's a unit.
Yeah, but where's Joe Gomez?
Good question. Probably play him for Frimpong and Connor Bradley.
Where is Joe Gomez?
He's there. He'll
Next
be in
most
around.
is also understandable. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, nearly 200,000 transfers out. I think that is. I think that's.
Well, this pod said why. I think.
Why were you
I
owning
totally
him in the first
agree
place?
with anyone who would have said that. I would have not gone there. And Diouf had a great shot in the game, but finished with the same poor number of points that any of the other defenders had. The weirdest one of all, most transfers out. It's not a huge number. I'm sure he's got way more transfers in, but Pedro Porro almost gets to 100,000 transfers out. I guess nearly 100,000 people expected him to get an attacking return against Burnley, and then they're playing Manchester City. I don't know why that's even necessarily bad for him going into the game.
Do you think that was the play, though? Like, target Burnley and then use your one transfer to move him?
It's
not a terrible strategy, right?
It's not. Midfielders, the first big one, I guess, the obvious number one transfer probably of all players this game week, Jimmy Reinders. What's his first name? Tijani, yeah. My favorite thing about this game week is the debates that happened as a result of Reinders' performance. So, one, the in the know sort of I saw it because I'm not sure he was getting at this, but when Late Riser said it as who lucked into Reinders' points this week, and so just kind of raise your all right, who out there lucked into his points, and it was like, is this what we're gonna do? If you weren't a Serie A fan,
right,
and you didn't have the perspective of this guy, maybe your points should count a little less. Is this the sort of stupid team selection gatekeeping we're going to be doing from now on?
Oh, if you're not in the top 100 group there, if you're not in the accepted punditry class, Brian, you're going to luck into Reinders' points.
Necessarily,
right. And I'm not sure, like I said.
But it is a lot of people looking at templates, and they had no clue what they were doing or why they were doing it, but they did it anyways, right? There is some validity to that, but at the same time,
I had the same
decision. You got to put him in your team.
Right. I had the same decision. All you needed to know really is that he's a marquee signing. They went out of their way to get a guy. It was pretty well known when they signed him that it was like, hey, this is a pretty good price for a player of this quality, and came in with high praise from the manager and had performances to match
in preseason for sure.
Right. And so that's where you have to weigh it. When I was deciding whether or not to have Mo Salah in my team, the difference between me having either Bruno Fernandes or Reinders or Dewsbury Hall or Elliot Anderson was it was the decision. There was the trickle down effect of having the more expensive midfielder. I would hedge toward the guy who's the attacking guy more than I would hedge toward the guy that's a really great DEFCON contributor.
Yeah.
That was the reason why I ended up putting him in my team.
Right.
And it's just at that point, it's the hope even going into week 1, is he definitely going to start?
Right.
All the other guys who you could have said, you knew that Rodri was in training, you knew that Phil Foden was back in training, you knew that Cherky was available for fully available for selection. A lot of people started
Cherky.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know necessarily. Like, everyone had the same warning about any of these players. Pep Roulette. That's it.
Yeah.
And
It's been like that for forever.
Right. And he comes out and he has a goal and an assist and he has a great game, whatever. And now it's hilarious to me to see after the fact that, like, well, some of us have been on this guy since he was in not this league.
Right.
Okay. Great.
All right. Now, Brian.
Second thing.
Okay.
Just that I just think that it's like, basically, I just expect a full report on the Liverpool U15s so that we can be better prepared for the next 2 to 5 years. Please. I'd like to be a legitimate
Be able to
podcast. The second thing was that, like, it was either he had literally the greatest debut in Premier League history, and so you got to go get him immediately, and he's going to make a mockery of his pathetically wrong price, or his debut was good but not that good. We need to pump the brakes on this guy, and you can hold off, and it was just Wolves, and let's just, before you go rushing to get this guy, let's give it a minute to settle. And so I'm like, what? Okay, like, get the guy or don't get the guy. Like, he's 5.5. The risk feels low even now with a 0.1 price rise. I don't know, man. I just think that the debate about, like, immediately a guy has a extremely good performance in one of the top teams in the league, and all of a sudden it's like, was this the greatest debut performance we've ever seen?
Right.
I say yes. Or it was, come on, he generated a total of 0.42 XG plus XA in his opening. Let's just be a little bit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Did you shake up your whole team? You have him or no?
While the game was going on, you and I were talking about your lawnmower blade, and we were also talking about this game.
In the United States, replacing a lawnmower blade for a 21-inch mower deck is $18 at Walmart. So, but if you want to do that, you should go do that.
Should do it.
Again, unrelated. You
Wait,
might as
they'll
well.
do it for you, or you buy it?
No, you do it. It's just a.
You do it. He did it, and then he called me, and I went over it.
He
Sunday.
has a drill. I would have had to use a ratchet. I did, obviously.
I got a.
You don't own a drill?
I don't have a
person.
ratchet. I don't have
not,
a ratchet.
Not a half-inch socket ratchet drill.
It just was easier.
You don't have one of these, and you have all the tools.
I have an attachment for my impact.
You live further away than he does.
It was a 3/8 impact, not a half-inch.
So who cares? What difference does it make? You should have them all.
Half-inch, you can, like, change tires with it. It's like NASCAR's got these things.
Why do you have one of those?
My last
Cleanouts,
last job, we were putting big industrial pipes together. We needed them all the time.
Point is, my lawnmower needed a new blade.
Yeah.
The second thing was that while we were talking
about it, I did something I rarely ever do. It was an in-game. I'm like, screw this. Reinders is coming into my team. I've seen enough.
Wow.
And so
do you or do not have
Dewsbury Hall out, Reinders in. I did that immediately. I'm like, his price is going up. I'm just gonna bring him in now.
I still think Dewsbury Hall is going to be good.
I'm not saying he won't, but I would guess that Reinders.
I bailed on him too. Dewsbury Hall.
Him.
I wanted to will
you
that
already
be good.
moved Dewsbury Hall out of
never
your
had
team?
him.
Oh, okay.
Teams that look bad that I didn't expect this week. One of them, Everton. They looked horrible. But taking the cake was easily West Ham.
Yeah.
In how bad they looked. Newcastle didn't look good. Villa did not look good. Arsenal did not look good. But West Ham's performance was bad. I was shocked
by that.
For what it's worth with Reinders, Tom, Fantasy Scout Tom, I saw a lot of other people complaining that Reinders had a goal and an assist and somehow didn't end up on the bonus point. Like ended up with no bonus.
That's weird, actually.
Thankfully, we have people like Fantasy Scout Tom who reminded everyone that Reinders didn't get bonus points because he got booked, had 3 fouls, and had 2 shots that were off target. A total of -8 on the bonus point system, which is very, very well could be the thing that kept him from a bonus point or 2 bonus points compared to Ryan Aitnori and Bob Rico. Who got 2? Who would have gotten 2?
If only there was a way.
In that match.
Basically, just to say, a lot of people were complaining that the game is rigged because he didn't get bonus points, and Tom says, hey, it's not rigged. All right, so I think everybody agrees. I mean, it's what do you got to lose? I mean, is he going to have a goal and assist every week? I think probably not. However, he looked real good. Semenyo, next most transferred in. Is that somebody that are you buying that? I'm kind of buying that.
Yeah, I think so. I think he looked.
I'm definitely buying
incredible.
That. If I was wild carding this week, Semenyo would be in my team.
I think Semenyo has a better season than Eze.
The fixtures for Bournemouth. This is exactly why.
I think that's who you should have been targeting.
Maybe.
This is exactly
you guys are too
why
soft. You need some steel. He brought it for you.
My biggest regret to start the season is I didn't do what I kind of said I was definitely going to do. I don't know how I was not going to start with Evan Nielsen in my team, and I did not. I ended up taking him out because I had to put Salah back in, so I had to make up some money.
He looked okay.
And what am I going to do? Going to pick Evan Nielsen and put him on my bench, or am I going to have Fulkrug? And I'll tell you what, this guy's having Fulkrug.
Well, hey, you didn't do what you said you were going to do, but I did what I said I was going to do. Do you guys remember that at the end of last season?
You said you're going to do whatever
you're
Brian
going to have
said.
Semenyo.
No, I said I was going to do whatever Brian said to do, so I had Evan Nielsen.
Oh, smart. Jeez. Semenyo, so I think
every week I take one thing he says and I do it.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's going to be a great season.
Evan Nielsen got me 1 point. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Semenyo about to go on a run of Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Newcastle, Leeds, Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Nottingham Forest. All of those, I'd say, pretty useful matchups between now and game week 9. Which is exactly why the Evan Nielsen pick to me was such a good pick to start.
It's still all right.
Not enough for me to do it, though. Kudus, third most transferred in after Semenyo. Also makes sense to me. Of course, it's going to make sense for somebody who gets 2 attacking returns. Also, now with some reasonable people on the ends of these things. The Richarlison goal, I mean, it's a low XA, I'm sure, on the Richarlison scissor kick.
Well, that was beautiful.
It was really good, though. Who's on the left side?
Did Matthias Tell start the game?
Tell
and then Brennan Johnson finished it.
Brennan Johnson. Solanke was fit enough to come off the bench. Which I don't know what you do with that as far as the forwards go, but whatever. Kudus is in a team now where it seems like his abilities will be a little bit more useful.
Johnson started the game.
Johnson started?
Johnson started.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So Kudus, so this is like, I don't know if we talk about team structure, but this is a good example of a team structure thing. Like if I would, like I said, I think I'm really, honestly, I will get to the forwards on it, but just, like if I'm thinking about getting Holland, because I feel like I would feel pretty good about making that move, like switching the Holland Salah, like
right now,
going into the next few game weeks, and if I was wildcarding or whatever, but it would be Fulkrug and Salah is what this would be my 2 players,
right?
Or Holland and Kudus, and to me.
That's incredibly different.
Like
I think I like Holland and Kudus at the moment.
100%, yeah. That's not
right, and I'm saying, but that's my consideration.
Right.
I could move that down to Guiu and Salah, and then it's that's $19, so that's a $5 midfielder and Holland. Yeah. But I think, the consideration, if you look at it that way, of a 6.5 midfielder that could be Kudus, I think Semenyo's too expensive. Is he 7?
7-1 now.
Went up. There you go. But either way, that's the weighing that decision to me. I'm like, oh man, it's obviously Kudus and Holland. Hakpo, 4th most transferred in. Salah, 5th most transferred in for midfielders.
Whoa.
I'm not sure how he gets up that high, but whatever. It just could be the sheer numbers of it. Bumo and Cunha. Others, it sort of makes sense out of the midfielders.
Cunha,
Cherokee, Saka, O'Reilly took the penalty for Brighton.
Yeah.
Eze, which
Arsenal's
get in there early.
I think he's under contract with Crystal Palace right now. So,
and then Declan Rice. All of those guys, I get it. They're in the top, it's in that top 10-ish for transfers in for midfielders. Do these guys do anything for you? Because this is you again. Florian Wirtz. Number 1, easily most transferred out. What are you doing with your guy who's the best midfielder you've ever owned?
I own him, and I don't think I'm going to bail on him yet.
Okay.
I think there's people going Verts the Gakpo.
Would you do
think
that?
that would be smart.
I
would
think
like
that's
that.
the move.
If you don't own Gakpo, I think Verts to Gakpo is not a bad move.
I do think Wirtz to Reinders is the number 1 transfer?
I think it's Verts to Gakpo.
It's really, honestly though,
or is that the same?
I mean, it's a lot of money. You're saving money.
Of course.
Saving a lot of money. I don't know. He didn't do anything from an FPL standpoint, but
was his performance the kind of performance where you're like, oh boy, this is just going to be very efficient as a player? This is not going to result in a lot of FPL points.
I don't think so.
Is this a Bruno Fernandes against Arsenal sort of performance?
I think it's going to take a little bit, but his contribution. I mean, and I sent it to you guys, didn't I? Did I send it to you guys? No, maybe I didn't.
You might have thought about it.
Wirtz's movement.
You sent it to your other
is
podcast.
What. Oh yeah, the one that I'm a pundit on. Mm-hmm. Wirtz's movement was what opened up Ekitike's goal.
Okay.
Like legitimately vacating the center to move out to the left while the ball was coming out that way. He drew 2 defenders with him, and so Ekitike went into space. A nice pass out to Ekitike in the middle. He obviously gets lucky, but he gets lucky into space that was created by Wirtz moving out to the left and drawing defenders with him. So I think from a tactical perspective, he's performed as well as I expected him to. But from an FPL perspective, I just don't think it translates yet. I'm not ready to punt on him just simply because I'm not messing with my team for a while.
Hey, look at that.
But I would consider it. And honestly, I would consider moving Wirtz on for somebody like a Semenyo if Semenyo continues to perform the way that he is. Okay. Even if Semenyo is in a team that is struggling, if he's producing FPL numbers, by all means, yeah, sure.
Would you rather have Semenyo or Gakpo?
I think Gakpo right now, just simply because, again, Gakpo has a supporting cast around him that's going to give him opportunities. Semenyo scored both those goals on the break, and one of them was completely independent. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, he can't play a poor Liverpool defense every week.
Yeah, I agree.
Cole Palmer, 2nd most transferred out. I guess I can.
That's a knee-jerk.
Interesting stat about Palmer that he hasn't scored since January a non-penalty goal. In
an actual competition.
I am not ready to punt on Palmer. Not yet.
Why do we own him? I guess that's the question. Is it like why do we own him?
You own him because he was.
You have him, right?
Yeah, of course.
And obviously you have him.
You own him because he was the player of the tournament in the Club World Cup, and he had 2 goals and an assist against PSG.
Yeah.
That's why you have him.
So his form is not bad. His
Crystal Palace is better than we think.
I think they're great. I mean, we just lost to them.
Chelsea,
I think they're really great.
Chelsea, even in the next 5 games, West Ham,
Chelsea's
Fulham.
schedule's amazing.
Yeah, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, Manchester United away.
Yeah.
Brighton at
and
home.
Glasner's the next Manchester United manager, right? I mean,
I
let's be
honestly
honest,
don't.
right?
Looking at the schedule for Chelsea, I mean, they play Liverpool at home in game week 7, but I don't really. I mean, you have 11 game weeks minimum.
That's not even that scary.
That's the worst game. That's the reddest game on the schedule as far as a fixture ticker is concerned. And I mean, maybe they've figured out some things by then. Gravenberch will make them. They'll make them. They'll be invincible by then.
But yeah,
Palmer.
He's a parent now. He's got to play well.
Marmouche, third most transferred out. Got it. Bruno, I think that's a little early.
That's weird.
However,
I don't like that.
I think if you were picking based on the performances that just happened, you would
rather
probably
have
swap Bruno or Cunha.
Cunha.
I agree with that. So that's that's really the question. Is it Bruno, Cunha, or Bumo? Which one do you want?
You're picking just for Manchester United, not to mention all of the people that were, in the
specifically
for big
United.
transfers.
You'll save $1 going to Cunha or Bumo. Cunha, from what I saw this past week, Cunha seems to be the guy. But then again, we all know who's going to be on penalties, and Bruno was up there in box touches and or big chances created.
As usual, and that has been the thing with him is penalties and routes to points.
And United's going to get their makeup call, so they're going to get a penalty in this next match.
Probably.
So
I don't know why it'd be makeup, but sure.
Ndai and then Salah round out your bottom 6, or well, at least the top 6 of transfers out for midfielders. I bailing entirely on Everton after one really kind of dismal performance. I don't know. I think it's their run here for the next 3 games. Everton has Brighton at home, Wolves away, and Aston Villa at home. Nothing about those defenses are really that terrifying.
Yeah.
I think it's just this is all a consequence of like a couple lower priced guys went crazy, and you can move these inept offenses on.
Yeah, again, certain guys I'm just waiting on. I mean, I didn't wait on Reinders. I saw what I needed to see, and I made the move.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of other established guys in the league that I am waiting and holding on before I make moves for sure.
And now the big bucks. Ekitike, your number 1 forward transfer in. Huge credit to FPL Olympian for not only having he promoted Ekitike before the season started. I mean,
we did too.
Anybody could do that, but he had the absolute cobbles
to captain
him.
Wow.
He also has the stones to not have Salah in his team, although he did choose Wirtz as his Liverpool
instead of
midfielder.
Gakpo.
Yeah. But either way,
he's not perfect.
Amazing. What an amazing bit of
I love that
there.
captain.
Chris Wood, second most transferred in. Holland, third most transferred in. What are you doing to rearrange your team when it comes to Chris Maradona Wood?
I'm not.
Or Erling Haaland?
I'm not doing Wood yet.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Grant. Christopher Grant Wood.
Not doing Mr. Grant Wood yet.
Christopher Ronaldinho Wood.
I would. I'll probably, depending on Haaland's form, I will be considering on a wild card bringing him in.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Nottingham Forest schedule is good. Dave, you nervous about Nottingham Forest playing at Arsenal in game week 4? You worried about Chris Wood dominating your weak center backs compared to his awesome strength? No,
not worried about that.
Okay. That's the one bad thing on their schedule between now and also game week 11.
So I want to talk about Wood a little bit more. Does Douglas Luiz coming in?
It's a good signing.
It is a good signing.
Help Wood. I think it does. I think he's better than Elanga.
Luiz is not a winger. He's a
he's a central
midfielder.
Center
midfielder.
But what I'm saying is though, from like a offensive transition player.
Yes.
I think I like Luiz more than Elanga. I think that helps Wood. I think
Wood's
you
not
get him
a
in the door.
breakaway guy. Wood is a
Poacher.
He's a poacher. He's a take it down the side, cross it into the middle, headed in type guy.
He's at 18.3%. I might have guessed higher than that. Holland, third most transferred in. He's up to 28.7, maybe a little bit higher, even
28.8.
28.8 as of a little bit ago. Yeah, I feel similarly to the way I did
9 since we've been recording
last season, where I basically brought him in before the game was even over in game week 1 last season. I feel a little bit more strongly about him this season than I did last season, because Manchester City last season was just coasting on from just championships. And then everybody knows what happens. By game week 3, the whole world is trying to get him in their team. He was at 80%?
Something crazy.
Because he hit back-to-back hat tricks in 2 and 3 last season.
Right.
So that was the correct move to get him in immediately last season. And then he went on that run of 2s and 5s or whatever, didn't matter at all. And then he got hurt and whatever. And meanwhile, Salah's cooking for all of last fall and Christmas. This year, I think what's different, so I looked it up, and yes, I hear just said it about Reinders. It was Wolves, and Wolves are bad, and they beat a bad Wolves team, whatever. The scores against Wolves last season, they won 2-1, and they won 1-0. So,
games were closer, a lot closer.
Much closer. I get that also that's Cunha Wolves, Nori Wolves, a little bit different in terms of the personnel, but whatever. The point is, Wolves played everybody tough last year.
Right.
Once they once they kind of put things together, Wolves were a tough out all season last season. I'm saying this year, this is what you would have expected from 2 years ago, Manchester City. Manchester City was supposed to beat a team the quality of Wolves, and they were supposed to thrash them. They're supposed to thrash them in a scoreline that is 4-0, and that's what they did in this game. The only thing that they didn't do last season was have a million big chances and good opportunities and bury them. And that was what was so killer about Holland last season, was how many times he had big chances and didn't finish them. He was always underlying all season and never actually finishing. And so he didn't get anywhere near the numbers he had 2 years ago, because it was just a lot of, it's the, all fart, no poo sort of whatever. I hate that expression, but whatever. That's the way.
Well, that's the title of this episode.
I don't want it to be that. Let's come up with something else before the end of this podcast.
Sure.
Keep working.
The point is,
We also need to wrap it up. You're at an hour and 20 minutes. Come on, man.
Who, me? By myself?
Yeah.
4-0. He gets the brace. It's all they did. It's Nori and Reinders are the only two new people,
Right?
And the goalkeeper. That was it.
Oscar Bob kind of felt
And Bob.
a new player,
But Bob is only new. How many
because he
teams?
was injured?
How many teams was Bob in
the beginning of last
season?
preseason
A
of
lot.
last season?
I
A
haven't.
lot. Breaks a leg, comes back, and never really integrates back into the team. Whatever. And then they have a down year. Now they come back with essentially the same personnel they've already had. Bernardo Silva still started. You would have laughed your head off at that.
I was shocked
going into the game.
You're right.
Jeremy Doku, your favorite dribbler.
I mean, no one can dribble better than him into nothing.
And what do? They just destroy. And they destroy in a clinical, exacting sort of
yes, but
thrashing.
Throwback.
Yes.
Yes. Technically, they did.
But
Which they did last season on occasion. And everybody's like, they're back.
I
Right.
want to
And then
bring
they
a stat
lost.
up that you said a few minutes ago. Is they scored 4 goals on 4 shots on target.
right.
So that's very efficient, obviously. Is that sustainable?
Reinders' goal was the one that's the least efficient, but it was the
On a
type of
break.
player
It was on a
he is on a giveaway in the midfield, on a press that actually worked, and it's him finishing in a really excellent way. Is he going to score
Wolves-
from that far
Wolves
outside the
had
box?
three I guess my point being is this didn't feel like yes, the score line says 4-0, but they got this should be your favorite.
They were
stat.
demoralized earlier.
Aubameyang's stats. City produced Aubameyang's stats: 4 goals on 4 shots on target,
and they haven't done that in a while. I'm just saying that,
which I think this is an outlier.
well,
I mean, on some level, I just don't think
So
they can't keep going every single week having only 4 shots on goal. They're not going to be scoring.
of course not. But they're
4 goals every
But
week.
they also, this is a team that didn't have that. It has Rodri to put back in. So as soon as Rodri comes
Agree.
in, you're
I know.
adding that. This is no Gvardiol. You're adding, the possibility of whatever Cherky does whenever Cherky comes in, who comes in this game and scores a goal off the bench. Like, I like
4 game weeks. Give me 4 game weeks. Over under on points for Manchester City in 4 game weeks where they play Tottenham, Tottenham at home, Brighton away.
Brighten them.
I like that.
Brighton away is what I was trying to say. Brighton away. United at home, Arsenal away.
They have the Manchester Derby at home.
Yes,
Correct.
That's still good. And then they have Arsenal away.
These are such excellent games.
That's a tough schedule. I thought Arsenal had a
I
tough
hope
schedule.
these are like the top games. I hope these are the main
Over
main
under on
broadcast
points for City.
Okay.
Give me your line and
Did
we'll
you
go.
list off 5 games? Did you go 6
I'll
match
give you
weeks?
4. 4 games.
4 games.
Tottenham home,
Yeah.
Brighton away,
Okay.
United
at home, Arsenal away.
I think they will have 7. Well, they already have 3. They'll have a total of 10 points after those match weeks. I think they'll get 7 points out of
7
those.
points out of the next 4 game weeks.
Yeah.
That's what you're going with. You're
I think
going.
I'm-
He's
You're
assuming
saying-
a loss at Arsenal, 2 wins against Spurs and Brighton, and a draw in the
You're right.
Manchester.
That's exactly
You're
right.
That's exactly what I did.
All right, so we're gonna go with. Let me get my bet doc up. We're gonna go with.
Do you agree or not? I mean,
No, I don't.
what am I betting? You think
All
I'm under?
So I'm gonna go. I'll go over. You go under.
Oh. So 7's the number?
7.
He's reverse
Let's go.
jinxing it.
I'm
Let's go
7 and under.
7.5. So 7.5. So,
Okay.
City.
Points between match weeks.
Match week
1 and
2
5.
through 5.
2 and 5. 2 and 5. Yeah. Dave says under 7.5 points. You say over.
7.5.
I like that bet. But these are great. This is great matches for them to test what they actually have and what these players,
sure.
the new players, what they
For sure.
actually contribute. The one thing I will say, and I know we laughed about this while you were changing my lawnmower blade, Dave, but just the Jeremy Doku, after listening to or seeing Manchester City Alex do kind of the analysis, his review of the game.
Did he see it like we did?
No.
He never does.
He said basically that you can find the thread from his recap of the game. Basically, that Doku was absorbing a double team almost every time the ball went out to him on the left side, and that rather than take on the double team in a reckless way or do something that he shouldn't have done, he was extremely disciplined. And all he was doing was absorbing the double team. He only had
Releasing the ball out.
He only had two take-ons during the game where the double team was late, and that was when he made his move to try to beat the man off the dribble. So
Which is what you want from
Right.
your
right,
winger.
and basically his point was, if Doku is going to be threatening like all of the danger and also disciplined in the way he's approaching things, it's only going to that's absorbing 2 people and freeing up all the space for all of these other players centrally and to the right.
It's a good point.
So I get that I just think what he's doing as far as end product, where he puts passes whenever he gets a chance to finally cross the ball or do whatever, seems like that's still like lacking. But I just think this is the kind of thing where I'm like, hey, that's great. Free up the middle of the pitch. Free up those guys to make those runs
But he's
everywhere
useless in
else.
FBL.
He
Right.
is useless in it. Yeah.
Not picking him as a pick. I'm just saying the benefit to everybody else that's all of the other attacking players. The fact that Bernardo Silva ends up being, I would say extremely effective in what he was doing, at least by the numbers. Like, I'm not saying he's a pick either. I'm just saying that helps Holland. That helps Reinders. That's going to help Cherky. That's going to help Bob or whoever else is on the right side. It's going to help all of the attack.
Marmouche eventually.
If and when Marmouche gets into the games, I just think like it's the reason why I'm way more optimistic about this season than I was for them, like thinking halfway through last season or whatever, where they just felt like they could never get anything going. It was an aging De Bruyne who couldn't stay healthy, and then it's like just a farewell tour for him through the end of the season. They picked it up. They were better.
They were
kind of as the season went on. Now they've reloaded with like actual creative players, fit and healthy Oscar Bob. You saw a 4-0 win against Wolves where they didn't even have the guy that has supposedly been the difference between them winning and losing most of their games, which was Rodri.
Yep.
And Rodri's about to come back. So I'm just saying, like, this is where I am closer to just tearing up the team.
But FPL
going that way.
But
12 points.
But who do you start other than Holland and Reinders? You don't feel good about starting.
But I'm saying that only 28% of teams.
You're willing to rip up your team to bring Holland in.
I'm saying that Holland would be a player that I'm like, okay. If it was a difference between having like Watkins,
I agree.
Watkins and Holland, or Salah and Salah and someone else,
right?
Then I'm making the Holland as part of that equation.
I can dig that.
You're not doing anything with Richarlison. Dave, you need to talk about your guy Gyökeres and the reason why.
Oh, lit it up, didn't he?
First of all, credit to all of the Chelsea mockery accounts against Arsenal people.
Of course.
Janty, Janty.
Yeah. What Janty had to say.
A Chelsea fan account. This is amazing for you. Gyökeres touched his hair 21 times.
Nice.
In the game. It's the most someone has ever had touching their hair in a Premier League game.
That's excellent.
That is such a funny stat.
That's great.
Because he didn't do anything.
Yeah, sure.
Dave, the thing we did learn, though, is that, one, you're getting Eze.
Yes.
Seems that way. Two, you have an injury to Kai Havertz, which is obviously serious enough that people are using it as an excuse for the reason why you're buying Eberechi Eze. And three,
we didn't cover that on air. Why that didn't?
We did mention it. It was already a suspicion that the possibility of Saka losing some of the penalty share this season. We talked about it.
They did
being
come out
decided on the pitch, but now we know for sure that also an excuse because he's wearing Thierry Henry's number that's part of the reason why he's assuming penalty duties for Arsenal as long as he's on the pitch.
Correct.
If he's only going to play 65 to 70 minutes every game, Saka would still get late penalties, assuming he's going to be a 90-minute man. Dave, are you buying your guy even more than you were already buying him?
So I had him in my team last week, and as we got close to the deadline on Friday, your words were ringing in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And I subbed him out.
Okay.
Or I transferred him out and brought in Watkins because Watkins was going to be the guaranteed 90-minute.
Yeah, of course.
I also felt like the more I thought about it, that even if I knew Gyökeres would play and I figured he would start. By the way, I was right about Arsenal's starting lineup. It was the exact same as their last preseason match. I was just concerned that he hadn't had much training time with them and that they're still working some things out. It was horribly evident in the United game. So I transferred him out. Now, I am very tempted to bring him back in this week against Leeds. I'm probably still going to hold off and to see what happens moving forward. I would like to see a couple goals first, but I do think that he will be sniffing 20 goals by the end of the season, assuming health.
You hear that, buddy? Still disagrees with you.
It's fantastic. If he gets, yeah.
All right. So let's give you. I'll give you another bet. More goals by. Let's pick a time. Gyökeres Ekitike. What's your time frame? What do you want to buy?
Let's do Boxing Day.
Well, it's always good to go to
including Boxing Day or after.
You just want to
Before
go to
Boxing
let's
Day.
just go to half
Halfway.
season. Game week 19.
Most goals.
Who has the most goals
before match week 19?
After match week 19. Most goals after
That
match
takes you
week
to
19.
New Year's Day.
Yeah. Perfect.
David takes Ekatike.
That's not true. But he knows that. He's just trying to goad me. He's a goader.
Arsenal plays Leeds at home this week. You feel good about that?
I don't
one?
know, but Leeds looked actually pretty good against Everton.
You're going to kill them. Then they're at Liverpool. Can't wait. What a game.
Now, hold on. Before that match,
What a game to go into the international break.
Brian, before
Arsenal at Liverpool.
before that match, this weekend, the Monday night game in Newcastle at St. James, where the Newcastleians will be drinking Newcastle
Oh, that's true.
all day long.
They're going to beat Liverpool, aren't they?
And look, I did this to my brother earlier today. So the situation, there's no real true reason why Newcastle people should be upset with Liverpool. Because Liverpool just said, hey, we'd like to purchase Isak. Isak said he wants to come here. We'd like to buy him. The real beef is between Newcastle and Isak.
Yeah.
But this is just like if you catch your girlfriend cheating on you, it's a lot easier to be upset with the dude than the girl. And Newcastle is going to be all their anger is going to be focused on Liverpool as opposed to themselves and or their management and or Isak.
Has to be the
It's
greatest.
all going to be
Yeah.
focused on Liverpool. I think that's going to feed into a little bit to the players. That game is must watch. Get your popcorn ready, Terrell Owens.
Not to mention the recent Cup history, the performances last season,
Right.
Everything about it. Yes, that is going to be an unbelievable.
It's going to be
You
an
got
interesting
back
one
to
for
back.
sure.
The fact that you have to go at Newcastle and then you have to play Arsenal, the hungriest team in the league, like. The clip that people were sharing of the award ceremony here, where they were presenters were talking to
In the
Declan
PFA
Rice,
awards?
yes, and you had Salah and Virgil kind of give each other kind of a smirky sort of side eye, while Declan Rice was talking about being, kind of like finishing second is frustrating and all of that, and kind of like a moment that, a look that is worth 1,000 words sort of thing. So even more for Arsenal to, even in an awards ceremony where it's just Declan Rice talking about being good and Salah and Virgil, kind of
Liverpool earned
remember-
every
Right, for sure.
spot
And
of their first place last year.
remember, Liverpool did the same thing against City for all those seasons
Yeah, but
too.
last year the
Right.
race wasn't close.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Ultimately, though,
Like-
Liverpool went close, and
Arsenal
they know
couldn't
those
push-
two guys know how hard it is to get second place,
Okay, that's fair enough.
in a way closer fashion than Declan Rice does.
Well, I
right?
think we finished second by 1 point, 22-23, I think.
Just saying, they did it like
Right.
3 seasons.
It felt like it.
It was 3 seasons.
3 seasons by
3
1
seasons.
point? I don't think it's 3. It was at least 2. I don't think it's 3, but I'll take your word. Either way, it's close. Regardless, I'll give you that. It came down to. It felt like the last match week.
Yeah.
So next week's matchup, Liverpool Newcastle, is one that is must watch.
Yep.
And then I mean the Premier League script writers couldn't have written that script any better. So anyways, getting back to your original question with Gyökeres, yes, I love it. I think the more time he has to train, the more time that they're able to, I saw someone, oh my gosh, I meant to think about who I need to give credit to on Twitter. Oh, it was EBL at EBL 2017.
Good memory there, guy.
That guy is his analysis is
Can't believe
absolutely amazing. He said that the thing that Arsenal has lacked over the last few seasons is they haven't had enough individualism. In other words, they were all the individual good moves have always and only ever come from Saka. No one else has been able to create that. With the addition of Gyökeres and Eze, now especially Eze, now all of a sudden there is a new dynamic on the left side that has not been there. So in other words,
that's the assumption is he comes in on the left. I was wondering how you were thinking this.
No,
whole thing was
I don't know. I said on Slack in our Slack or podcast Slack channel, I said, look, I don't know if they're going to change formations. I was watching a lot of Eze highlights. Of course, there's a bunch of Arsenal people who put a lot of Eze highlights. On those highlights, he almost always is on the left. Sometimes he's on the left and then moves inside of overlap, but almost always he is on the left. So I think he'll actually start very soon on the left, and I think that his ability. So now all of a sudden you can't hardly double team Saka, you can't double team Eze. If you do, you're leaving gaping holes in the middle now for a proper number 9. And anyways, but
Odegaard will have way more room to shoot the ball in the totally wrong place.
Yes, facts. So it's just going to completely open space, and I don't know. I think it's going to make Arsenal. It's adding a wrinkle that they've needed for a long.
That Martinelli couldn't offer.
I like Martinelli.
No, for sure.
It's sad for our Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Hey, you did sign Trossard, didn't you? Sign him to a 2-year extension or something stupid.
Yeah, we did re-sign Trossard and.
Why isn't this now that know?
At this point, I kind of hope we sell Martinelli.
Now that you know that Saka is kind of, as long as Gyökeres is on the pitch, Saka loses penalties. How is this not the same kind of deal where Saka's 10, Eze's 7.5? Take the guy on the left who you've seen a billion times be one of the best young players.
You're absolutely
in England,
right.
At least.
You're absolutely right.
I love Eberechi Eze.
Yeah.
I hate that Crystal Palace had Eze and Elise in the same team and managed now that they're both gone. It sucks. I hate that.
It's true.
But whatever. I will never not root for Eze.
Right.
He's a great dude. Easily one of my favorite people that I've ever, that I've seen in
your point's
limited
really
time watching this.
So if I was to wild card, I'll be watching this, selling Saka because of the point you made is going to be very valid to not get on a Saka price drop from 10 to whatever, because Brian, your point's really, really valid, and I haven't seen anyone in FPL mention that yet. I'm sure people probably will. It seems obvious, but with Saka not on pens, Gyökeres officially the team saying that Gyökeres is on pens, and then now all of a sudden you have someone who's as dynamic as you are, or maybe a little bit more. We'll see on the other side for 7.5.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden
has been a pick at almost every at points throughout every season where he's been a starter in the league. I cannot imagine that would not.
And now
only
he's
improve.
surrounded by more talent on a team that, other than the English national team, that he's ever been surrounded by.
Your transfers out for the game week. Isak, obvious. Joao Pedro, 308,000, probably higher than that now. Over 300,000 transfers out for Joao Pedro. Do you have him?
You
don't have him?
I do.
Are you moving him out?
No.
Okay.
Now he blanks this week. Gonna be considering it. I gotta watch things.
Bruce Bowen, Jared Bowen, third most transferred out.
I do own him.
I get that.
I don't like that I do.
Ollie Watkins, for some reason, 203,000 transfers out. Genuinely don't understand what some people are doing. I get that it's not great that he took one shot. Aston Villa total 3 shots against Newcastle.
Yeah.
One of them was from Mullen, who came in for 7 minutes.
I know.
I get that.
He actually looked a terror.
And they're 10 men. I mean, it's
whatever.
Weird,
weird game, tough opponent. This was easily the hardest thing that they're going to do for a while. You just hope that Emery's not slipping, is he?
I don't think so.
Villa's got aspirations here. They didn't do a lot. Your thing about Dave's point was that basically, why are you starting John McGinn
on right wing?
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with John
How is
McGinn?
Mullen riding to Pine? That's like starting Mark Noble as a striker.
That might
honestly,
be the weirdest as far as like preseason form went. Mullen was in so many definitely preseason drafts, if not someone who made it into actual teams. I'd have to check. I don't remember offhand if FPL Villain put Mullen as his starter. I know he kind of ripped up his predicted 11 once somebody got hurt. Something happened where he kind of was like...
McGinn playing as a right wing is just
Ramsey
shocking.
got sold, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Ramsey got sold. He had a draft where he was basically like kind of ignore all of this. Like it's kind of different. Either way, yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand the like get the Villa guys out of your team. I don't understand. And Gyökeres is the 5th most transferred out among forwards. Seriously, why now? You just learned all of the important information.
That's true.
If you had done
If
it,
you had him,
and you were doing this,
too many hair touches, Travis.
penalties plus the Havertz injury plus
You're right.
now some more. You got Leeds.
Service.
Right.
Let's go into Leeds.
You're right. There's no way I'm selling him going into Leeds.
And-
If I owned him, that was
Leeds
one of
had
the
a clean sheet. Come on, guys.
that was one of the things that was so hard to make the transfer with Watkins. Was I'm like, man, he's got week 2 Leeds.
The only thing that it would have been if you rushed to it, even now if you did it, you're still gaining 0.4. If you went Gyökeres to Ekitike, you get a little bit of a bump. If you went to Wood, even now, $1.50.
Yeah.
$1.4.
Right. Right now, I don't
get
blame anyone for doing that.
I get the rationale of the move. I guess what I'm saying is like it wasn't overwhelming, but also like you said, I don't know that anyone was expecting Arsenal to just go into Old Trafford and just thrash.
I said last week I'd be happy for a draw.
Right.
Like
So-
we historically have never
Probably
done
should have
well
been.
there. And Travis
least.
says we should have drawn or lost. It was a bad performance from guys who have played multiple times there. Odegaard was bad. Declan Rice was bad.
Well,
only guys that
Odegaard
weren't
was the only
bad
one keeping it
was
together.
Raya, Saliba, and Gabriel. Those were the 3 that weren't
and
bad.
Calafiori. Maybe
Calafiori.
Arteta's going to stage having all of their wallets stolen again and maybe light a fire.
Maybe.
Could be.
That needs to happen.
Maybe he'll be like he'll dress as like the Hamburglar here in the United States and pretend to break into someone's house.
What was the story? He was eating something. What was that one?
Oh, there's so many
ridiculous.
There
ones.
really are so many
He's so
weird.
weird.
He's such a weird guy.
He's such a strange guy.
Whatever.
Love it.
There are some other. I mean, that's like the top.
Barbecue at halftime.
The
That's what it
reason
was.
why I was going through just
barbecue in the
look. We're at like 9 hours of
right.
recording here.
Gotta
there
go.
are so many
All right.
other players. When I get my Sheshko jersey, that's
Yes.
like the one
That's what I
shirt that I
wanted to
will
get to
end
at
up
some
having.
point.
I really do. I want to trace
you're
the
gonna
ancestry
have-
here. Hey, Benjamin Sheshko, can you please do it? Can we do like a ancestry.com and find out if they're like somewhere
So
our
there's
families are
Are
in
you
the
trying
same
to
spot
get
over
him to
there.
send you his DNA?
Well,
Is
no,
that what
I
you're
don't want
saying?
his DNA. Yes, that's exactly. Just one lock of hair. That's nothing weird. I just want if you just take a butter knife and
Right.
just scrape your forearm
Yeah,
and
just
put
a
the
few
the
cells.
few skin cells into an envelope and just
Yeah.
send it to me. No, I'm
right.
just curious. I just feel like I will have that though.
Sure.
I love their
Get
third
that.
kit.
I think that isn't that black one.
Yeah.
it's
Oh man,
sick.
it's
it really is
extremely
sick.
nice.
Yeah, agree.
I will hate having a Manchester United shirt on, but
it will
man,
say your
it is at
name.
essentially my last
Night
name.
moves. Travis, I'll go first since I've already done mine and already talked about it. I brought in Reinders this week. I'm not making any other moves at the moment. And captaining this week, I captained Palmer last week and completely missed. Captaining this week, I will probably, Saka home to Leeds. Palmer at West Ham. West Ham looks so poor. And or probably Bruno or Cucurella at West Ham.
You just named your whole team.
Or Bruno.
That's most of the guys.
Or
It's like everybody.
or Bruno
Uh-huh.
at Fulham.
Pick one. Tell us.
At the moment, I will lean Saka home Leeds. I like a home captain.
I am not making any moves this week. I captained Gakpo last week. I am not going to captain him this week. I think I'm going to go with Evan Nielsen home against Wolves.
Wow.
Or
I like that.
Or Watkins away to Brentford because Brentford is just
Brentford is. I do have
abysmal.
Watkins. That will be a consideration.
So one of those two is likely where I'll go.
Good call. I like that.
Any odd formation that you're playing because of your personnel?
I'm in a 3-5-2 at the moment.
4-4-2.
I might end up on a 4-5-1 going into this game week.
Yeah, that's good.
My decision would be whether or not to play Guiu. If there's any indication that Guiu actually
did not play this past week.
No, he didn't.
Right.
That was not all that surprising after the kind of news, kind of the training stuff came out. But it's at Burnley for them. So if there was an indication that he is playing, I might have to decide between him and Porro.
Transferring this week, Brian?
I don't think I am.
You banking?
The issue is that, like I said, my compulsion is toward either Holland or Evan Nielsen. So as much as I like the performance of Semenyo and some of these other guys, the bigger issue for me was that two of my forwards are Nicholas Füllkrug and Mark Guiu. I did exactly the thing. I sat here 1 week ago and said, I really don't like the idea of having garbage positions in my team, and I ended up with a minimum of two garbage positions in my team.
I don't think Füllkrug's going to be that bad. I don't. Things didn't look good. They're home to Chelsea this week. Don't expect big things this week.
He's benchable this week for sure.
Yeah.
So my issue is, like, I would either have to. It would have to be a downgrade though of one of the big names. It's Salah down to someone to free up money to get somebody else. It's Palmer out, which a lot of people are obviously willing to do. People are willing to sacrifice Salah and Palmer right now. I'm not at that stage where, like, if he had blanked, I kind of wish Salah had blanked just to see the sheer chaos of it. Because there was a point during the day on Saturday where I was like, I'm done. That's it. I should have done this in the first place. And then I didn't even have the game on. I saw the Gamecast stats pop up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he scored. That is so lucky. And I'm like, I'm like, even as I captain him.
Yeah.
Because I'm sheeple. If you're a sheeple, you follow.
We've established this.
I captained him, and so I'm like, what a bailout. This is the luckiest bailout that I may have ever had. So I was ready to I would have sold that minute.
Pull the trigger.
For somebody, and probably for Gakpo.
Yeah.
But either way, didn't. I'm saying that my conviction is toward Holland first, Evan Nielsen second, and I just don't think.
But you're not going to take a hit for that.
I would have to take a hit.
You're right.
And I don't think the rest of my team, there was nothing about my score and there was nothing about the rest of my team. I feel like that was the big talking point for the week. How strongly do you feel about your mistake? Do you feel like you made a mistake, and how strongly do you feel about it?
Right.
Or two, how strongly do you feel about somebody you don't have? So many people moved immediately for Reinders.
Right.
So many people have already, prices went up for some of these guys, and I'm like, I can see it. TK looked good. I can understand the move depending on who you had. If you have the money or whatever, I can see it. So I understand the decision to be made, but there was nothing about my team. I was like, no, I like the matchups. I would have the same captain issue. Is it Saka or Palmer or Watkins?
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit torn. I've had it on Saka since I set my team. I might switch that to Ollie.
Yeah, I agree. That will be my choice.
That was the decision.
That's a good point.
I don't think I'm ready. As bad as West Ham was, I don't think I'm ready to go fully trusting on Chelsea. So I just don't think I can put it on Palmer. So, and I think they're are they the early?
I wish I would have considered. I would have considered Cucurella. It sounds stupid, but the guy's just been on fire.
West Ham is home to Chelsea. They play they are on Friday, so we have
Friday match.
Friday match. Okay. Deadline will be 1:30 Eastern time here in the United States.
10:30.
And then bright and early, I won't be able to watch it because I have Peacock Premium, but I'm sure Manchester City Spurs, the early kickoff on Saturday, that's going to be a NBC or USA broadcast here. I can't watch it.
You can probably come over.
Somebody give me
come over.
I'm going to need someone to log in or come
put it
over
on the projector.
Oh, is that you say Saturday or Sunday?
That's Saturday morning.
That's Saturday. Okay.
Anyway, that's it. I
right.
know it's boring, but I'm just not.
Banking, Travis. Banking. I made a move, and we discussed the captains. All right, gentlemen. Well done for week 1. Shade under where we like to stay away from time wise. And listen.
Hey, the one good thing is tonight I don't have to go to Kroger to get like lunch meat or something.
Fantastic.
I always have to do that.
On the way
I'll
out.
get a text and it's like, "Hey, we're out of protein bars." And I'm like, "It's 11:30." I'm happy to do that.
All right. Well, listen, it's going to be easy like Sunday morning this coming week in the FPL. For the FPL America podcast, this is David Smith. Until next time.